Hi, I'm Christopher John Farley, a senior editor for the Wall Street Journal. So it was announced this week that Snoop Dogg, the gangster rapper, a veteran rapper, a guy who's been around for a long time, really helped put rap on the map, that is now going to go by the name of Snoop Lion. And he's going to release an album called Reincarnated, in which he performs reggae songs instead of rap songs. And he's also going to release a documentary that kind of documents his personal journey from being this gangster rap artist with a life that's surrounded by crime and bad deeds to instead performing reggae songs that are more uplifting. And one reason he decided to do this is he took a trip to Jamaica and he was inspired by people like Bob Marley and Peter Tosh and other great reggae artists to focus on music that was more positive and more uplifting. Now, this isn't as strange as you might think because, a lot of artists over the years have changed their names, and they changed them for a variety of reasons. One reason they changed them is because they want to shift genres. You think of Garth Brooks deciding to perform as Chris Gaines when he wanted to get away from country music for a while. Now, that was a total failure on his part. People didn't accept it because people don't always like when people make shifts like this. But other times, people sort of change their names in pop music or rock music. It gets completely embraced and becomes a classic. I'm thinking of someone like David Bowie going by Ziggy Stardust and the Spartans of Mars, and that's an album that's considered a classic album by anyone that loves rock and roll. Sometimes artists change their name just because they want to grow up. You think of New Kids on the Block just going by their initials because they want to get away from the whole boy band thing and really get an older group of people to embrace them because they're older now. So we'll see whether Snoop Dogg's change to Snoop Lion is really bought by people in the hip-hop community, bought by people in the reggae community, but people that know Jamaican music know there's been a long connection between hip-hop and reggae. Going back in the day, in the 50s and 60s, there was a thing called toasting in Jamaica, which really was a precursor to the whole hip-hop culture. Also in Jamaica, a lot of people who became stars in the world of music actually have roots in Jamaica, like the notorious B.I.G. His mom hails from Jamaica. There are people like Nicki Minaj who have roots in the islands as well. And you can also think of Grandmaster Flash. He also has roots in the islands, not on the island of Jamaica, but in the Caribbean. So the Caribbean, there's been a flow of people who perform in reggae and those genres and their family members from here to America. So Snoop Dogg doing the reverse trip, going to Jamaica to perform, not a new thing. One of his colleagues, Nas, also did the same kind of thing where he recorded an album with Damian Marley. So in the hip-hop genre, not new, having a collaborative thing going on with rappers. For Snoop, it is new uncharted waters. We'll see whether his rebranding results in music people want to buy. And I think a lot of cynical people may think, did he do this for the marijuana? Because, he's hanging out with Rastafarians who consider marijuana a sacrament. I'm sure there'll be a lot more of that happening in Snoop Dogg's life, or now Snoop Lion's life. Thanks a lot. I'm Chris Farley for the Wall Street Journal.